Vista High School to share about their program.
Okay, turn volume. Sure. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you. Today, I'm excited to share our project, Strong Minds, Strong Bodies, Nutrition and Activity for Teens. So this work is supported by the Childhood Obesity Initiative grant. We are extremely grateful. We are also a California Community Schools, and we are in year 3 of our implementation. So that is a wonderful grant. We're able to just expand and do so much more since we have become a California community school. However, for this particular project, it seemed to be limited in purchasing sporting equipment. So we were so grateful to have this additional grant to supplement the other grant, which is kind of, as you know, this is kind of how we have to do things to get our resources. But we're just really, really excited to make this happen. So we all know that when students do feel better physically, it immediately impacts their mental health as well. So the reality for our students is we identified a real need. So many students come to our school without enough food. At the same time, there were very limited opportunities for physical activity during lunch. So I did a little bit of investigating on our campus. Currently, we have 1,600 students. When I first started this initiative, we had about 1,800. And on our campus, lunch is all outdoors, but in a very limited space due to lack of sufficient supervision. We only have a certain amount of campus assistants to supervise during lunch. So our students are kind of just restricted to our main campus area during lunchtime. And unless they're involved in a club, then they would have access to a classroom for their club meeting. But otherwise, they're just out on the outside of our campus. I started walking around during lunch and I noticed that what I saw were students, either individually or in groups of 10 to 15, just this on their phones, just scrolling, even it's standing in a circle, 15 students just scrolling, and their only conversation would be, oh, did you see that post? Oh my gosh, check out that post. And so the other thing that I noticed 3 years ago was that we did have an increasing number of incidents of physical altercations with some of our students during lunchtime. So they're on their phones, they're on social media. This is where a lot of the drama would start, and then problems would arise. So I started walking around lunch. I started interviewing students, just trying to get some qualitative data about what we could do differently. On our campus, we also have an upper courts area, is what we call it, upper courts. So we have tennis courts, basketball courts, and softball field, place for them to play soccer. Not used at all during lunch. And I thought, wow, what a missed opportunity. So talked to our admin. They said, well, we don't have enough security. We just don't have enough supervision. So I just put my brain together and thought, all right, how can we make this happen for our students, give them access to those upper courts? We are using the community schools grant to pay staff for extra supervision. And now our students, that started, 2 years ago, I believe, our students every single day, everyone welcome, can go up to the upper courts and just do pickup basketball or soccer or whatever. Initially, I was begging the PE department, please give us some of your equipment. We had one basketball, one soccer ball. That was about it. And then I was depending on donations, some of our donations, a football literally falling apart at the seams. I mean, it worked, but it was just really, low quality, very overused. So we really needed some equipment big time. So limited opportunities to move during lunch, which we all know leads to low energy, low focus and engagement. So especially their classes after lunchtime, they just hit a lull. So our approach is to fuel the body, activate movement. Yes, our students have PE, but honestly, the consensus of PE is, they just don't really engage. They much prefer to just create their own activity for themselves. So simple, intentional, but impactful. So we asked a simple question. What if we just focused on those two things and then that became our approach, fuel the body and access to healthy snacks and movement? So as a California community school, we already had the strong foundation. And this year we launched 2 key initiatives. So first we created a community room. One of our math teachers on campus, you'll see a picture later on in the before and after, but one of our math teachers retired. His classroom is right in the front of school, right next to our office. And so when he retired, I said, oh, yes, that's the place we want our community center. So our families, our students can feel welcome to come into our campus and get any of the resources that they need. This is also our student pantry where we have clothing, food, toiletries, any supplies at all they need. We just got a huge box of gorgeous formal gowns, which our prom is this Saturday. And also for all the end of year activities, our students have been able to come in and shop for some free dresses for their big events that are coming up. So it's access to all of our students and our families as well. So here's lunch free play in action. So I will, they're all playing simultaneously. I'm not sure. Well, we don't need to worry about volume, but this particular student wanted me to point out his 3-point shot. He was really excited about that, and you can hear him just cheering at the end. Oh, there is and that's them getting their snacks. Got it. So with this grant, we purchased a bunch of healthy snacks and water. They really love the water. They also have something against our, our water fountains. I don't know what it is, but I'm like, there's free water right there. I'm like, And so they were just super excited to actually have bottles of water. So, and they were cold. So they were really excited about that. So with the grant, this is the new sports equipment we got. Like I said, we had very old and used equipment. So we got brand new soccer balls, basketballs, brand new footballs, volleyballs, which volley tennis. I don't know if you ever heard of that. That's something that they created because we have our tennis courts. I can't put up a big volleyball net, but they use our tennis courts and they play volleyball, same rules, but just using a tennis court. So it's kind of cute how they invented that. And surprisingly, high school badminton is huge and it is rising. I had no idea. So we have a whole badminton set. They're out there playing that on the tennis courts as well. And then wiffle ball and kickball and things like that. So we were able to really expand. Oh, and pickleball. Pickleball's huge for the kids. They love it. So we're kind of able to expand now what they're able to participate in. And they create their own games, which is really clever. All right, so here is our community center. When it was a math classroom, he retired. So we actually even had the whiteboards removed because I said, we need everything off these walls. I want it repainted a very nice, welcoming, light kind of off-white color. And I was in charge. This is all the furniture. I was in charge of not only ordering, but actually putting together every single bit of furniture. Luckily, I recruited 3 other staff members to help me, but boy, that was a project because I've never used a power drill before, so that was interesting. But it does work. So far, nothing's broken. And then this is what we were able to create afterwards. This is at an event we had last year, part of our community schools grant. We created a parent journaling club. This is all online. Our families can join via Zoom, and actually is all on Zoom, but our families will join. We have weekly prompts. We have our community liaisons leading the journaling club. My office is back here, but my liaison was kind of leading this, and she'd be on her Zoom doing the journaling club, and all of a sudden I'd hear her sniffling. I'm like, Lenny, are you okay? She's, yeah, we're just sharing out our prompts right now. So all the families are like crying over Zoom and sharing, and they had never met each other in person. So at the end of last year, we invited them all to our community room, and we did arts and crafts. We had a potluck. So this is our families from the journaling club that got together. It was really cool to see. This is another video. Oh, that's okay. That's our meeting space. That's part of the community room. So every time people walk in, I immediately get compliments like, oh my gosh, this is so welcoming. This feels so nice. Yes, I actually put all those chairs and tables together. So our impact goals, we wanted to make sure we were measuring our impact. We set very clear, specific goals. So we aim to engage between 150 students active weekly for lunch free play. Those numbers continue to increase as word spread about healthy snacks and water, new sports equipment, and I put it in our student announcement. So more and more students are coming up, not even necessarily to play, just to relate and communicate. And I put some picnic tables up around there too, so it's really great. 120 snacks monthly and 50 plus families supported in our community room. We have weekly food distributions that go out to all of our families as well. So far, what we've been seeing is more students are participating, definitely higher energy and engagement, stronger connections and belonging. The group of students who come up for lunch free play have kind of become their own club. It's just really cool to see students who aren't necessarily in any of our organized sports for multiple reasons, lack of time, lack of money to be in our actual CIF sports. So a lot of these kids are just so grateful to actually just have some play with other students without any kind of formal sporting team requirement. So this is supporting our student wellness, reduces food insecurity, builds school community, improves school climate. One of the first things we noticed when we started lunch free play, my principal came into my room after about a couple of months. She goes, "Oh my gosh, the fights have dropped significantly." I went, wow. Now, this is an indirect correlation, but I would like to attribute to because we started lunch free play, there are less physical altercations on our campus. So I'm really, really happy to see that kind of result. So, of course, improving our overall school climate as well. So we were awarded $2,000 for this mini grant, which we spent $800 on the nutrition, healthy snacks and water, and we spent $1,200 on brand new sporting equipment to make this happen. So fuel the body, move the mind, support the whole student is our initiative. Got a couple more videos just to really capture the impact this has had for our students. Very excited that she gets to play volleyball with her friend. So that was thank you to all of you. So thank you again, everyone. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Tamara, for that amazing presentation and all of the work that you do. I think what I've seen